We are dedicating this episode to the memory and legacy of my mother, Jackie Graff, RN. Fall was her favorite time to shine with these amazing recipes. Taking advantage of the flavors, colors, and varieties available in season, Jackie put together daring and explosive cuisine full of zest and vim. Cranberries are the lifeblood of the season. Their tartness and intense color adds a nice tangy flavor that balances deliciously with their sweetness. Cranberries are also full of antioxidants and a very good source of vitamin C, dietary fiber, as well as vitamin E, vitamin K, and copper. We'll also be replacing meat dishes with nut dishes, which is also a great addition to any party. Jackie advocated a low-fat, high-carb diet, so eating too many nuts can potentially slow down your progress. But we're supposed to splurge a little on the holidays, right, Gideon?
Yeah, for sure, because there is no holiday without some replacement for meat and fish dishes. And Jackie has created with nuts similars or tasting dishes like turkey, salmon, tuna, chicken, all amazing nut dishes. So today we're going to make the turkey loaf, which she called Nurkey.
All right.
Nurkey means no turkey.
For the roasted Nurkey, you'll need 2 cups of walnuts, soaked for 12 hours and drained, 2 cups of almonds, also soaked for 12 hours and drained, 1 tablespoon of organic unpasteurized white miso, 2 tablespoons of fresh sage, 2 tablespoons of rosemary, and 2 cloves of garlic chopped fine. You'll also need 2 tablespoons of fresh thyme, 1 large onion, 6 stalks of celery chopped fine, 1 cup of parsley, and 1 cup of cranberries. All right, let's get started.
Let's get started, okay.
All right, so we're gonna start by adding some ingredients to the Vitamix here.
So we're gonna put the green stuff down at the bottom. This is rosemary. Rosemary is an amazing herb, gonna give it an intense rosemary flavor. When you blend it in the Vitamix, although it like woody in parts, you're not gonna feel any of it. And anybody can grow this on their own.
Sage.
It's so easy to grow. This is thyme, yeah. We're also gonna put some garlic.
All right,
1 clove. 1 clove. And this is miso. We use miso instead of adding salt, and this is because miso usually would have less salt in it, and also it also have an intense flavor that we like to have in a loaf.
So see, it comes in a paste form. How do you?
Well, you can buy miso in all stores now. It's available. Actually, it's a soy product. It's a fermented soy product. And it's not something that you want to use instantly, but sometime overusing salt, I like to use the miso. It
gives it a little flavor.
It's got a better flavor.
All right.
Yeah, let's add it in there. And then we're going to put some almond. They have been soaked in water overnight.
All right.
And these are walnuts, also have been soaked in water overnight.
And you soften the nuts to make them a little softer, right?
Yeah, okay. Now we're going to try and blend it. If it's too hard to blend, you may need to add a little water to it, but that's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah.
Now you're going to transfer everything
to a mixing bowl.
Oh, you can smell all the fresh herbs.
Yeah, the fresh herb is what gives it the flavor. Yeah, perfect.
All right. So you need 6 hours to dehydrate the loaf, right? So you do need a little time.
Well, I usually do it in the evening and just leave it in the dehydrator overnight.
Okay.
It's the best policy. Okay, this is good. Now we're gonna have...
All right. So we're gonna cut up some celery here.
Yeah, we're gonna chop the celery and the onion in the food processor and add it to it.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't like that. Just put it in there.
And the onion.
No, separate. Okay, just pulse. Pulse it. More. Okay. Take it out.
So the celery is going to give it some more texture as well, right?
Right.
All right, so we want to transfer this into the loaf.
Right.
I'll let you do that. It's going to give it a little moisture as well.
Exactly. And the same thing we're going to do with the onion.
Okay.
Okay, chop
right.
it. Small. Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Well, this is a lot easier than making a turkey.
Want to mix it really well.
And so you're going to form this into a loaf, right?
Yeah. So now when it's nicely mixed, I'm going to take a tray from the dehydrator.
Now, what are the sheets that you're putting this on?
This is, it's called Teflex. It's like coated fiber that non-stick.
Okay, so you use those in the dehydrator when you have something that
When
is...
it's wet,
Okay.
it needs the sheet, yeah, okay. So we take it all out. And then the only way we can do that now is going to be form it by hand. That's the only way you can do it. So I'm going to put some gloves on.
Such a beautiful color.
Yeah. Well, the flavor of that is amazing. Okay, I'm ready for surgery.
And so where do you get the Teflex sheets?
It comes when you buy your dehydrator, you're going to get some of these. Now, if you really want to be smart, you can buy them now online. Look for dehydrator sheets, and you can buy generic ones for like $1 a piece. They used to be like $12 each.
Okay.
Before Amazon. So
now, do you need to make it sort of thin so that it dehydrates?
Well, it's not going to dehydrate all the way through. You just want to give it like a crust on the outside.
Okay.
So this is how the loaf looks like, and we're going to put it back into the dehydrator. Let me get the other one out. So this is what it looks like when it's done. And we can put it on a tray.
that.
This is the loaf. It's ready to go. The next thing we're going to do...
So I see it's brown, gotten a little browner in color.
Yeah. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of parsley.
Okay.
And chop it really fast.
And so you're going to garnish it with cranberries as well.
Some cranberries and a little parsley.
All right.
Just to make it more interesting. A few cranberries around it. You don't want to eat them, they're just like for decoration.
Beautiful.
There you go.
Nurkey
Loaf. Thank you. When we come back, we're going to make the cranberry sauce that will go with the loaf.
Okay.
And since we're going to have too much of the cranberry sauce, we're also going to make some cookies, cranberry cookies with it. Yeah.
Sounds good.
You get two dishes out of one recipe.
Sounds good.
Sounds good, really. So we'll be right back with the next recipe.
Welcome back. We're going to be making Mom's cranberry orange sauce. This was one of our favorite family recipes, and the recipe makes 8 cups. She always made her recipes to serve 8 people. If you want to make it for less, you can always cut it in half, but we'll be taking the leftovers and making cranberry cookies.
Well, exactly. This is why I always make the full recipe when I'm making it, because on top of using some of the sauce to eat with the turkey loaf, we also make the cookies. So we get 2 recipes, 2 dishes in one recipe.
Nice. And it's always good to have leftovers.
Yeah, and having cookies is always good.
Right.
Right.
For the cranberry orange sauce, you'll need 8 ounces of cranberries, 2 oranges seeded and peeled, 2 apples cored and peeled, 1 tablespoon of orange zest, 2 cups of walnuts washed and soaked for 6 hours, 8 medjool dates pitted and soaked for 1 hour, and a half a cup of raw honey.
So we're going to start by chopping the cranberries.
Okay. So cranberries are in season now, but they're not always in season. So what's your advice on when they're not in season?
Well, actually buy a bunch of cranberries during the season and freeze what you're not using. Okay, I think that's good.
All right. Let's see here. I'll let you transfer that to the bowl.
Transfer it to the bowl. Wow, look at that color.
Beautiful. Such a rich red.
And also it's got the pantothenic acid. Pantothenic. It's pathetic. Okay, so we got the cranberries here. Put it on.
All right, what's next?
And next we're going to make the orange zest. So first of all, if you want to zest an orange, always use organic orange. You don't want to zest a non-organic orange because all the spraying and wax and so on is going to be on the peel. So you want to make sure that and then you just go and do this.
Okay, so right into the bowl. So the orange zest gives it a more...
It's going to be more orange flavor than just the orange itself.
So the zest of 1 orange.
Yeah.
And then you're also using the juice of the oranges too, right?
Not juice, we use the whole orange.
All right.
Okay. Put it in there. Now we're going to go ahead and peel the orange. The way you peel an orange in the kitchen is you cut from this side and that side, and then you're going to go ahead and peel it like so. You want to get rid of all of the peel because that's bitter. The white on the peel is bitter. Okay, now once you peel the orange, cut it in half and look if you see any seeds. If you have seeds in here, you need to cut them out, but now it's good. Let me do the other orange.
All right.
you can go ahead and,
So we're gonna core 2 apples.
yeah.
Whoops. Flying apple. All right.
Okay, you can put the apples into food processor. Yeah, these oranges have no seed, and also
Looks
we
good.
want the dates and the honey.
All right. So we need a cup of dates. And how much honey is this? Honey.
This is half a cup.
All right.
Okay, now just turn it on now and keep it running until it's really mixed well. Keep going.
Looks like applesauce.
Yeah. Okay, that looks like it's blended well.
All
One
right.
last thing is we're going to chop the walnuts.
Okay.
These are dry walnuts. They are not been soaked. We need them dry. So go ahead and chop the walnuts.
Is the blade in there?
Just chop them. Yeah, this is good.
All
Add
right.
them to here.
This is going to be delicious.
Yeah. So go ahead and mix that.
So this was fairly simple to make.
It's all simple to make. I mean, I don't think we made anything complicated.
Who needs the canned cranberry sauce when you have this? All right, I'll get us a bowl here.
Okay.
Voila. And next to our Nurkey here.
Yeah. So that goes together. And while we're doing it, we can also make some cookies.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and... And this is how we make the cookies. I mean, you can take all the extra that you don't need and just spoon them into a sheet, basically a tablespoon.
I mean, you could just eat this alone.
Yeah. This is how you make the cookies.
And how long do you dehydrate these for?
This need to be overnight. So, I mean, I would start now, and in the evening I would turn it over, get the Teflon sheet out, and by tomorrow morning it will be ready. Here's the cookies ready to go into the dehydrator.
Looks good.
So we're going to go ahead and put it into the dehydrator. And with the magic of TV, we got some cookies already made. These are cookies I made yesterday. And we can put them on a tray.
All right, we're gonna be making some pumpkin pie. For the honey, nut, and date pie crust, you'll need 1 cup of almonds, a cup of pecans, and a cup of walnuts, all soaked for 12 hours, drained and dehydrated for 12 hours. 1 cup of medjool dates, pits removed, a half a teaspoon of sea salt, 1 teaspoon of vanilla powder, and 1/4 cup of raw honey. For the pumpkin pie, you'll need 1 avocado peeled and seeded, a half a cup of raw honey, 4 dates soaked in 1 cup of water, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon of ground nutmeg, half a teaspoon of ginger powder, 1 teaspoon of sea salt, 1 cup of raw macadamia nuts soaked for 8 hours, 4 cups of raw pumpkin peeled and seeded, 1 cup of organic raisins, 1 teaspoon of psyllium, and half a cup of pumpkin seeds.
Another dessert. So let's make the pie crust first.
Okay.
We start by putting some dry almonds in here. Almonds is a lower fat nut, so I can actually process it almost like in flour consistency. So you see it's almost like flour.
Yeah.
Needs a little more to make it finer. If you stay too long, you can make almond butter.
That would be good too.
Well, if you like almond butter. So now I'm going to put in the dates and walnuts and pecans. I can also add a little bit of sea salt. And this is vanilla powder.
All right.
Okay, let's mix it. I'm not adding the honey yet because I want to wait until
Everything's mixed.
everything is mixed. Okay, let's add the honey.
So the honey is going to sort of bind all that together.
Right, exactly. Okay. There you go.
All right. So we have
So
our
now-
8-inch pie pan here.
So we're going to go ahead and put some of the...
Now these can be made ahead and frozen, so you could use them for any pie, any time of the year.
Right.
But today we're going to make pumpkin pie.
Yeah. So you don't want to make it really tight. So you just make a little lip.
Well, that's just about as easy as going and buying one.
Yeah, easier. Okay, now we're going to make
right.
the
pumpkin pie filling here.
pumpkin pie filling. So how is that done? Okay.
So we're going to start with what ingredient, Gideon?
You can put the avocado in.
So the avocado is going to, what, give it some creaminess?
Right.
Okay. All right, and what's up next?
Okay, then you can put the macadamia nuts.
We've soaked the macadamia nuts overnight.
Yeah. We got some sea salt.
A little salt for flavor.
Vanilla powder. Ginger powder. Nutmeg. Cinnamon.
All the pumpkin pie spices.
Right. Now, you can also take out the dates
Dates, okay.
with the water and put in the pumpkin.
Now we're using pie
what we
pumpkins.
do is we spoon out the seeds from here, then we slice it and peel the pumpkin.
So
That's
these
how we
aren't
do it.
normal pumpkins. These are pie pumpkins.
Pumpkin pie pumpkins.
Okay.
Or pumpkin pies. Whatever. Okay. You can add the honey.
All right.
Yeah. No, don't add any of this yet. Okay. So go ahead and blend it. You think all the pumpkin is blended?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's get it out.
Okay. So pumpkins are really high in zinc and beta carotene, right?
Right.
And zinc is so important to keep you healthy during cold season.
Yeah, I wish it worked. Okay.
All right, so we're going to
So now we're going to add the
fold in the raisins.
folding the raisins.
Show the bowl. So the raisins are going to give it a little sweetness.
Now to tighten it up a little bit, I'm going to add a little psyllium.
So that acts as your
This
thickener.
acts like it's just fiber, and it's what's in Metamucil. That's the fiber, and we add it in here to make it a little more tight.
I see how the avocado gives it that creaminess that you're looking for.
The avocado and the macadamia nuts.
Turn the bowl. All right.
So just push it in. Don't try and smooth it all up. I mean, it's much nicer when it looks like all natural. I don't like people who try and smooth it up. And then you just take some of the pumpkin seeds and put them on top.
Beautiful.
Yeah. You can also take some of the pie crust and sprinkle it on top.
Yeah, you could just eat the pie crust alone, couldn't you?
Right. Okay. Your pumpkin pie is ready.
All right. Bon appetit.
Bon appetit. That's a wonderful dessert.
So today we made our roasted gnocchi, our cranberry sauce and cranberry cookies, and lastly our pumpkin pie and our delicious pie shell crust.
So this is all celebration food. We don't recommend that you eat like this every day, but to celebrate, this is perfectly okay, and it's delicious.
Looks good to me.
Yeah. Thank you so much, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.